What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video. And today is my second post-Faustings video. It's going to be about Guilty Gear Strive. So last year, at the end of last year, of course, we started seeing actual footage of Guilty Gear Strive. The devs talked about kind of what they wanted to do, what their goals were with the game, and people definitely felt some type of way, including myself, but I'm a little bit more open-minded than other people, so I was just willing to let them do what they're going to do and see what happens. Other people, much more angry. I made that video just kind of explaining how I felt and how I didn't really have an opinion because I didn't try the game yet. That was met with understandably mixed reactions. Of course, the Guilty Gear community is super passionate. They love the game, and you know, the game has been around for a long time. Basically, overall, the same game for quite a long time, right? So this is a pretty drastic change. The first pretty drastic change to Guilty Gear in a long time. So, at Frosty, I finally got to try Guilty Gear Strive. Shoutouts to Arxis, by the way, for letting me skip the line. Just kidding. But not really. I got to play the game for like 20 or so minutes. I played like 10 matches or so. I played Mei and Kai. I'm just gonna talk about how I felt about playing the game, I guess. My reaction to it, whatever. First of all, obviously, super pretty game. It looks better in person somehow, which is insane. To start off, the definite weirdest thing is what happens when you hit people in the air. So when you hit people in the air, it feels much more jarring than it looks. They basically get like sent flying down. So like if you meet them, like jump P or something, you're like mashing P. You're just like pushing them to the ground. You have frame advantage, it looks like, but it just looks really odd to me. Also, of course, I felt like the counter hit state thing is really jarring, really jarring. Even more than like smash hits in Dragon Ball, like okay, but Guilty Gear Strive, I don't know. I think it's a little too dramatic, personally. Then was there anything else really weird? Not really. Besides that, like I didn't really experiment with combos too much. I know there is a combo scientist out there who can't wait to mess around with stuff, so I didn't really see the stage transitions. Like, of course I didn't have time to like mess around with, let's say, the more technical aspects. I was just trying to get a feel for the game. As far as movement, I thought it was fine. Overall, like, I felt like the game was okay. Like, no real, like, oh my god, this sucks, or oh my god, this is amazing. It just, like, felt fine. The game speed is good. It definitely feels slower than Xrd, so Xrd is a pretty fast game, but there are things that slow the game down, right? So you have like YRC. YRC is probably the main thing. Besides like long combos, blah 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 blah. YRC would be the main thing. So RC in this game doesn't really slow the game down, but I think it's just like the characters are so in like detail now that like the game is just a little bit slower. Movement speed wise felt fine, but to me it felt like BlazBlue speed, which I'm comfortable with, but maybe other GG players will not be comfortable with. And also I didn't play CHIPP, so I don't know how fast he is. He's usually the fastest. I played pretty much Mei and Kai, like about 50-50. Okay. Next I guess would be talking about like Gatling stuff. So this is actually going to go back to BlazBlue, but I started BlazBlue in CT. I basically played it into like CF. Okay, so pretty much every version of BlazBlue I've played. So when BlazBlue started, there were like no Gatlings, same kind of thing, like I said in the other video, like, you know, we're doing these things to make the game more accessible, blah 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 blah. But over time they added like more Gatlings, like weird characters, more weird characters, etc. etc. This game, the Gatlings, so like as you know, you mostly have like your PK and then like your command normals, and then once you go to like slash heavy slash, you can't really Gatling out of stuff. I believe, if I recall correctly, Mei had like 2P, 2D, like being able to Gatling in the sweep and stuff. But I kind of felt two ways about this. So one, in many cases, like there are characters who have like Gatlings that just like end immediately. So I'm gonna use Kai as an example. So you have Far Slash, and you have Far Slash 2S, right? So a lot of people in neutral of Kai, they'll do Far Slash 2S whiff. They can like confirm the situation, poke safely. They don't have to just stand there, blah blah blah. So of course in this game, you don't have Far Slash 2S because that Gatling is just not there. But he has this new move, this move 214S, that sets like a debuff on the opponent. And in neutral, you can use that Far Slash 214S the same way that you use Far Slash 2S with, the exact same way. So despite there not being, so I feel like the goal is to like still for advanced players give them those options like that you're kind of familiar with, but simultaneously make it so that like newer players don't have to worry about memorizing a Gatling chart. Like it's pretty common when like new characters come out, people don't know their Gatling charts, or like when you're starting a character, you're like, and like let's say a more experienced player is like, oh, you use this to frame trap, and like as a new player you didn't even know that was an option. So of course I'd have to test with more characters, but that was the example I found with Kai. With Mei, she has a bunch of command normals, and like her 6P felt a little plus, or at least like delay cancelable. 6K was plus, so like I was doing like 5P 6K, 5P 6P delay special move, like stuff like that. Like it seemed like the offense is still like fine, like good, like despite Gatlings being the way they are. The next kind of thing I was thinking about, so Mei felt pretty good too. She definitely feels slower. Like Kai pretty much felt the same, but she feels a little bit slower. She had a fireball that looked really good, but someone told me you could punch it, which kind of sucks. She does mad damage, of course, to Mei. A bunch of her slash normals felt a little bit slower. 5H was definitely not plus, which really sucks, but again, she has special cancel options, so it's fine. Between the two of them, Kai definitely felt like just standard, like what I expect from a GG character. I know people are like, do you think this game's guiltier? Like, I basically did the Kai stuff. Like, you go standard range, you whip punish your stuff, you threaten with stun edge and far slash, you have the anti-air. Like, it felt like the standard GG neutral I was used to mostly. The other probably weird thing would be throws. So you don't have the one-button throws anymore. I personally never liked one-button throws. I think they are one of the many, many unnecessary barriers to getting into GG, because as a new player, you have to learn how to beat basically all the scrubby shit in Guilty Gear, like characters having super fast mash stuff, the one-frame throws, like a bunch of stuff. You have to learn how to beat that. And it's like obnoxious. It's like pretty obnoxious to deal with until you get good at it. The throw now is on dust, and there's a whiff animation. It's still pretty fast though. I saw 0 tech throws the whole time, by the way, so that was okay. I think that's pretty much it. As far as like the neutral game, like I said last video, I felt like the core thing about Guilty Gear is that the characters are really unique, and then like there's a certain style of neutral I expect from Guilty Gear characters, and at least from what I played so far, it felt pretty good. Now, of course, there's like, as far as like in the game, there's gonna be some problems you're gonna have to solve, like setups and stuff. But I'm sure once people actually get a long amount of time to the game, it'll be fine. I was pretty dejected to hear that people think GG is just about like, to me GG is about running set play. That actually is pretty depressing, because this game is like, especially if you watch classic GG, like actual classic GG from like, let's say like AC era, you know, the game is really revolves around neutral, and then like you earn your offense, right? So this game, what it looks like to me right now, is a lot about dealing with risk, like building risk, using the meter. I didn't get to experiment a lot with the new RCs and stuff. People were telling me all sorts of crazy stuff you could do with it, and you build meter really fast. Maybe the damage could be toned down a little bit, but I don't know, personally. The only other thing I didn't like, I guess, is that you can't see the risk gauge. Like, if you look at this screen right now, you cannot tell me where the risk gauge is. I believe it's on the character icon, but like, it was really hard to tell. They need to fix that. Besides that, I mean, overall I had a pretty fun time. It looks good. I'm mostly indifferent though. Like, I wouldn't say like I'm hyped or excited for it. Especially because, like I said before, right, Guilty Gear is about being selfish. So no Milia, I don't really care that much. Even if the game's like, I don't care that much. So, but I'm saying, you know, like, it felt pretty good from playing for a little while. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I get in the closed beta and we could get some actual info, figure some stuff out for real. If you have any questions, I will definitely try to answer some, but I don't really know that much yet. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.